Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we are going to do Gemini's weekly reading. Don't forget to like the video, hype the video, like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, Gemini, let's see what's going on with your love life. I hope you are doing well. Let's see what Spirit wants to tell you. Okay. This is for Gemini Spirit. What is the message for Gemini? Okay, we have home gym. Okay, it says push, pain, breakthrough. It says a nudge through pain. Growth comes when you're forced to move, right? So this is talking about being in, you going through healing, right? If you're working on yourself and you are trying to, hey, Jaleesa, how you doing? If you're working on yourself and you're healing, it's painful. It's not, that's why nobody want to fucking do it. It's painful. Trust me. We all get them days where we don't want to do nothing, where you just wake up in the morning, you be like, shit, I just want to get back in the bed. I don't care nothing about this, about this stuff. And it's normal to feel like that. But this is what's going to bring the growth. You have to go back through that stuff and you have to let it go. Because I tell you this all the time, y'all. You are not meant to hang on. None of us were meant to hang on to some of that shit that we been hanging on to. We're not supposed to. We just supposed to take the lesson and be like, okay, this thing happened. Okay, whatever happened. And we supposed to heal ourselves in that moment and then move on. But of course, we weren't taught that because for a lot of us, our caretakers, nobody's got an instruction manual. You do the best you can. You pick up what you can pick up. And, that's why I tell you, when you become an adult, that's when it's your responsibility to heal yourself, because you pick up these things as a child and you don't know what the proper way is to do anything, right? So, Jaleesa, you said it's definitely painful. It is. But when you come out on the other side, it's the beautiful thing about it. You may be going through pain. You may be going through hell. You may be having them days where you want to give up. But when you come out on the other side, you're going to feel like a new person. I hear that. What a feeling, Toyota, that old commercial. They used to jump up in the air. If you don't know it, like I said, I'm sure they got old commercials, commercials put on YouTube, because some people compile them. So I'm sure you can look up the old Toyota commercial, oh, what a feeling, and they'll show you where they jumping at the end. Toyota, that's how you'll feel when you come through this, and you need to do this because that's what's going to put you in the new identity, the new, make you move differently and do different things. Because I was just talking about that with, oh God, it wasn't Aries. I think it was Leo, where you're essentially fighting your subconscious mind. And if you don't go back and make the changes that you need to make and do the healing, you're going to continuously fight your subconscious mind, and it's never going to work. It's never going to do what it is you want it to do. Because I was talking about that using the analogy of like when you lose weight, right? All of us know people, even if it's not you, that have lost weight and gained it back and lost weight and gained it back and lost weight and gained it back. It's not that the person can't lose weight. It's not that they that they don't want to be smaller. It's that they're fighting their subconscious mind. Okay? Because think about that. That's weird, right? How somebody just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth like that. There has to be something missing if you think about it, right? And so knowing that, it's the same thing with love. A lot of y'all, you get into these fucked up relationships and then you get out of them, and you get in them, and you get out of them, you get in them. And it's not that you can't get in a relationship. It's not that you don't know how to do that. You don't know how to sustain it because you're fighting whatever it is that you were taught that you were supposed to whatever it was you were taught that you were supposed to do in relationships. Whatever you saw other people do, you're modeling, right? That's why I tell y'all, if you got kids and shit like that, you really got to be careful with how you moving in these relationships, because they watching you just like you watched your parents or your caretakers, right? And so it's not that somebody wants you to do bad or to not do right. They just doing what they know. And so, like I say, when you know better, you're going to do better, right? So I'm saying all of this to say, you got to get in here and get this out, because if you continue to fight it, it's going to be just like I told you, just like that person trying to lose weight. They ain't never going to be able to do it, because they're not digging in and finding the negative thoughts and the limiting beliefs, the shit that they're telling themselves that's keeping them overweight. So you got things you're telling yourself that are keeping you in fucked up relationships, or they're keeping you out of relationships, and they have you afraid to get into relationships, okay? All right. Hey, Lisa. So we got the Messenger of Wands, which is the Page of Wands, and it felt like this. So I'm hearing Black Sheep, old rap group, this or that from the 90s, this or that, this or that, this or that. So that's what they're telling me, is that some of y'all are going back and forth, right? You want to be hasty. You want to run into these connections, right? It says here on the bottom, lack self-confidence. And then we got powerhouse of energy, right? So this is talking about, you know, somebody that's playful, creative. So it's like you go from your shadow side in connections to the light side, the shadow side to the light side, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because you have yet to get in there and get rid of the things you need to get rid of, so you can stay like this, right side up, on a you know, regular basis. Because right side up, the Page of Wands talks about good communication, it talks about passion, it talks about excitement, right? So that's what Spirit is telling you with this treadmill card, that you just gotta get in there and do the fucking shit you don't want to do, okay? But like I said, if you know you keep getting into situations and the same thing keeps happening every time, who is the common denominator? And it's not to say, Gemini, that you some horrible person or something like that, because we all do dirt, you know, do shit. We all make mistakes. I mean, do shit wrong is what I'm saying. And it's not you don't go in, I don't feel like you go in with an intent for it to fail. But you got to understand that you fighting your subconscious mind, because you can have all the best intentions you want in your conscious mind, right? But when you get into the relationship, this is what takes over. That's what people don't understand, okay? All right. Hey, BB, how you doing? I guess this song is for some of y'all too. If you got Aries placements, maybe that's why it's coming up. Because I hear Sade. I was hearing it in Aries reading. Now I'm hearing in your reading. You give me the sweetest taboo. That's why I'm in love with you. That's what I hear. So some of y'all, that is what I'm hearing in my head. Hold on one second. Okay. Here they come, yo. Here they come. I'm going back and forth from Sade from rap to Sade. Rap to Sade. Rap to Sade is funny. So we got the strength card showing up here, Gemini. This is Leo energy. It's talking about you building up your courage and inner strength, right? This is you learning how to believe in yourself and to understand that just because if every relationship in the past was horrible, you can still learn to love again and learn to get into a healthy relationship, okay? Like I told you, you just got to do the work, okay? We got the Judgment card showing up here. This is Scorpio energy, so you may have Scorpio placements, your person may have, you both could, okay? This is talking about a second chance at love. So Spirit is telling you, you know, you got to, if you need to learn to believe in yourself so you can have this second chance at love, okay? With the Four of Pentacles, this can talk about holding yourself back emotionally, right? You get hurt, that's the first thing you want to do, especially if you, you know, if you're a more logical sign like you are, you more come from your mind, right, than you do from your heart. So when you give somebody your heart and they hurt your fucking feelings, the first thing you want to do is shut your heart off and deal with it with your mind, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is that if you're about to get in this relationship with this new person, they are balanced. They're coming in with an open heart and they have an open mind, and you got to be the same way too, okay? Some of y'all, this is talking about your money, okay? You need to either hang on to some money. Your money might be funny at this time, and you need to be working on it, because your money got to be together too before you get into this connection with this new person, okay? All right, then you got the Seven of Swords showing up here. This can talk about planning. It can also talk about deception, that you still got old people in your energy, whether it's something that is conscious, you're conscious that this person is here, or they're doing it on their own, and you may not even know that they're still hooked into your energy. And because you got a lot of y'all got vampires around you, and it don't have to be romantic. It could be family members. It can be old friends, all kinds of stuff. Okay, because I was talking about this in the other relationships and the other readings too. That it could be somebody that you grew up with where y'all was fucking thick as thieves, and now they a goddamn friend of me because they showing me this card in my head. Hold on. They're showing me this card in my head. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it in time while I'm talking, but I'm going to try. It with the friend of me where the guy is that, there you go, where the guy is like oblivious. And some of y'all are oblivious to the fact that you got somebody that's in your fucking energy plotting like this, and they smiling in your damn face every day. Smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place, the backstabbers. So you need to be looking at that. Some of y'all, there's some people you need to walk away. You should have been walk away from, Gemini. The fact that these cards are coming up, that's what Spirit is telling me. It's not going to apply to everybody. But if you know it's not, you not doing what you need to do, take your message. Take it. Okay? All right. Then we got the Empress showing up here. This is Taurus Libra energy, and it's talking about being in your divine, you being a divine counterpart and stepping into this energy, right? But in order to be in this energy, you got to get more in touch with your softer side. Like I said, you may have shut yourself down because of the ways all the different ways you were been hurt in the past. I hear, let me count the ways. That's what I hear. So you may have been hurt many, many times over and over and over again. But that's the thing about this new connection. It's going to force you out of your comfort zone in a lot of different ways. When we just talking about that, growth comes when you're forced to move, right? A nudge through pain. So it's gonna be times where you're gonna feel like off kilter. You're gonna feel like, oh my God, what the fuck am I doing when you in this relationship with this person? But you and them are feeling that together, and you have each other, and it's, you have a support system this time. It's not somebody just fucking throwing you to the wolves like the last people you dealt with, okay? All right. But Spirit is telling you, some of y'all may not be listening to your intuition with the High Priestess reverse. Again, it's Pisces energy, but you need to be doing that because that's what's going to guide you to your person. Okay? All right, let's clarify. You say you agree, Jaleesa? Yeah. So we got wedding day showing up here. It says there's a wedding going down from me to we, from uncertain to official. Everything feels so much more defined now. Okay? But it's bad timing, Spirit is saying. Okay? They're saying the universe isn't punishing you, it's protecting what isn't fully aligned yet. What's truly meant for you won't miss you. So what's for you is not going to pass you by. Is it supposed to be like that? No. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure it fell reversed, and I'm just checking to make sure I picked it. I did it. I was telling them the way they wanted me to, and they saying, yeah, it's supposed to be like that. Okay. So we got mind connection showing up here. Oh, and you my best friend. So this person coming in. You gonna love the fuck out of this, Gemini. I told you this before. You and your person, you turn each other on mentally too. It ain't just all the other things, spiritually, emotionally, physically. It's the mental too. It's like you can talk to this person about anything. Y'all have like long discourse with each other, and you love that. And like I said, they're gonna be your friend, and I think that's important. Because I feel like establishing that friendship, Gemini, is what's gonna level you out and calm you down, where you're not so rattled, where you're not so anxious, where you're not so nervous. Okay? All right. Hold on. Bringing out the best in me. So that's the person gonna bring. See, look, can't make it up. There's penny pinching. It says financial struggle, saving up, budgeting. Some of y'all. You got financial issues. This is one of your valleys that you need to make a peak, right? And I'm telling you, it's not that you got to have the same amount of money as your person down to the penny, but this is about, I'm gonna tell you like I was telling everybody else. Everybody getting a similar message. This is about stability in every area of your life. And in order for you to have this, you have to learn how to love yourself. Because the more you love yourself, the more you open up to everything. Okay? Because those of you that now feel like, because you've been through all this bullshit with these people from the past, this is the past for me. That's why I'm always like this. Those of you that feel like that from the things that happened to you in the past, you got to understand that this happened, right? And it's caused you to feel like you cannot, what is the word? how can I explain it? It's caused you to feel like you can't trust, right? That you're not worthy. So when you telling yourself you're not worthy, right? It's also affecting your ability to open up, like I just told you, right? When you get into something with somebody, it don't work out, the first thing you do is you shut your fucking heart off, right? And you like, okay, well, I'm in my head now. Cause like you know, y'all, the thinkers, the great thinkers, right? So you thinking about the situation. That's the way you able to process it better, right? Because you're more logically inclined. Unless you got a lot of water in your chart, you know, everybody's different, okay? So I'm saying all of this to say, when you start to get those thoughts in your head that you're not worthy, you're not deserving, all these things, it's not just targeted towards love. It's targeted towards everything. So you accept less. You're not able to accept the full gamut in anything. Money, love, loving yourself, you know what I'm saying? You know, loving other people. You can't even love other people 100% the way you want to, because you don't feel like you're worthy, and you're like, okay, I'm loving these people, you know, you can't, because you got to be all the way open in order to give everybody everything you got, right? I hear giving you the best that I got. In order to do that, you got to open yourself up all the way. So Spirit is telling you that's why the relationship you have with yourself is so important, Gemini, because you gotta open up all the way. And I know it's uncomfortable if you're somebody that normally relies on logic. And like I told you, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody is but it's a right place and time for everything. And in this connection, it's got to be head and heart. It can't just be heart or just be head. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Okay, first card we're going to take a look at talks about your current situation. We got the Five of Wands, inner and outer conflict. This can also talk about competition, okay? All right, let's clarify. So yeah, you done brick wall these damn people that's done they dirt, the dusties and the crusties, right? You like, no. We done, buddy. No more, right? No more toxic cycles. You tired of these things? You say I'm speaking directly to you, Jaleesa. Okay, thank you for letting me know. You done with these toxic cycles. You tired of this shit, right? You like, you can't come in the fucking right way. Brick wall, bitch. Brick wall. That's what I mean. I'm not laughing at y'all. I'm just laughing at what Spirit is giving me. The shit they have coming out of my mouth. Okay. All right. Yeah. You like, you gonna beat your head against this damn wall because I'm not opening this damn door. Okay. Yeah, see, but you got a big break coming. Spirit saying you're going to have to open the door. Look, we just talking about the door, right? Spirit is saying you're going to have to open that door, baby. You're going to have to look through the peephole and be like, okay, it's not the old Dusty Crest, it's the new person. And I got to give them a chance. I'm going to have to open it a crack. I'm going to have to open it. Look, because look at what's going to be standing out there. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. So it says, love transcends labels, gender, and expectations. Let your heart feel without fear or apology, okay? You got to just be like, what happened in the past happened, because I keep telling you every day that you keep yourself walled up like that, every day that you like, you like brick wall bitch. Every day you say that and you don't I'm talking about the people that you need to be letting in, not the Dusties and Crusties. Fuck them, okay? And I'm talking to the people that's supposed to be here. That's what the Dusties and Crusties want, because they like, oh, he or she is isolating themselves. They keeping themselves, apart from everybody, because that's what they like to do. You know, they always talk about that when they talk about somebody that's abusive. That's how you know the first sign of somebody that's abusive, that they try to isolate you, right? So that's what this person wants. They want you to stay isolated, because when you isolated, can't nobody reach you. They can't talk to you. They can't be like, hey, well, maybe you need to look at it like this. They can't do none of that. And so you stuck with the Eight of Swords, in that Eight of Swords energy, right? And you got all these thoughts about what happened in the past swirling in your mind. And for some of y'all, I feel like you second guess yourselves, right? Because you started to not trust yourself because you've dealt with all these fucking people. I understand. It causes you to start to doubt your fucking judge of character. You start to doubt like everybody. You be like, fuck, I don't fucking trust nobody. Because if you don't trust yourself, for hell yeah, you ain't gonna trust nobody else. And I get that. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But you had that moment, right? You had that time where you felt like that. Now we got to change. We moving, we stepping into a new identity. And you got to say you cool with the people. We stepping into a new identity. And so we gonna have to open the door for the right person. But we looking at the whole door to make sure it's the right person though. We ain't opening it up to anybody. That's what I'm telling you, okay? All right, so the next card we're gonna look at talks about the challenges. So you ready? Look, this is the thing, Gemini. Let's talk. Why you afraid? Okay, you nervous. You may be anxious. I get it. But then you ready for the communication. You like, let's talk. Let's. It need to be. Come on. We need it yesterday. We need it fucking 10 years ago. Come on, where you at? So we can't. These two things don't make a sense. Don't make no sense, Gemini. We can't. We can't be in both of these, okay? You can't be in the inner and outer conflict, but then want the person to come into your life and come in fast. That's why I keep telling you the speed is not your is not your friend, okay? When it comes to this. I feel like some of y'all may be thinking, okay, if I let this person, if they don't hurry, if I don't hurry up and let them in, or I don't hurry up and do this and do that, they're going to be gone. But no, you can't look at it like that. You have to start to tell yourself, I am worth somebody taking the time to get to know me, right? Because think about it. When you love and you love with the best of your ability, right? You ain't ready. You don't turn around and just leave the person at the first sign of trouble, or if it take a moment for them to open themselves up to you. You don't just stop and turn away, right? If you feel like your that person is worth it, right? So you got to think the same way about you. I'm worth it. So this don't need to be going no fucking 100 miles an hour. If we need to pump the brakes. We need to slow down because I'm nervous. I know this person is nervous. We went through the same thing. It needs to be a marathon, basically, and not a sprint. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you, okay? So we can't have both. We can't have the commitment issues but then you want the shit yesterday. Because you got to be ready for this relationship. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you. Okay, so see, look, I can't fucking make it up. I can't make it up. You see it, right? Trust issues. And then you've been around a lot of people that give you hot and cold behavior. And so when you exposed to that type of shit, Gemini, over and over and over and over and over again, of course you're going to be like that. Because like I said, please don't mistake what I'm saying and try, because this ain't no thing where we bashing Gemini or nothing like that. I'm just telling you, we trying to step into a new timeline. We trying to have different results. And in order to have different results, we just going to have to work through this pain, okay? We're going to have to open up. We're going to have to do the thing that scares. I keep telling y'all, anything in any area of your life that scares the fuck out of you, that's where you're supposed to be headed. You're not supposed to run from it. That's where you're supposed to go. I'm going to give you an example. The lives, right? When I first started, that always used to like be a thing for me where I was like, oh my God, live. I don't know what, whatever. I'm telling you, if you don't go where they're telling you to go, Spirit kept on until they painted me in the corner to where I had to go live. I ain't had no choice. Because y'all remember, those of y'all, when I was still trying to put up them videos and I was doing all signs, I was putting them all up and they kept fucking up. That was Spirit messing it up to tell me, no, you need to be doing them live. You don't need to be doing them the way that you're doing them. So they made it hard as hell for me to put them up the old way I used to put them up, because they were trying to get me to step into a new way of doing things, right? And I knew what it was, but I didn't want to do it. But they kept on to now. That's what I am. I'm a live reader. That was always their thing that they wanted me to do. So I'm using that example to tell you, do it. If you need to go in that direction, that's what you feel like your intuition is telling you. Please listen to your intuition, because if you don't do it, you're going to get put into situations over and over again until you're forced to do it. So that's why I said just do it. So now when they tell me some stuff, I'm like, okay. I'm like, look, I don't want to do it, but let's go ahead and do it because it needs to be done. And some of y'all, I told you, if you have situations where you had some things in your life that you were working on and they were starting to flourish, they were starting to be good, and then all of a sudden now they slowing down, It's something you ain't fucking doing. It's some shit that scare you that you know you're supposed to be going away. I don't know if you're supposed to be working on your money. I don't know what it is. It's gonna be different for everybody. But you need to look at what you were doing when whatever was flourishing, when it was flourishing at its best. You need to look at how you were moving through your life, and whatever changed from then and now till now. That's what you need to fix. That's what Spirit is telling you. Okay. So we got squad showing up here. It says reconciliation, soul tribe, close friends. So you don't just have lovers coming towards you, Gemini. You have friends coming as well. And look, I told you the birds for me are spirit. So look, the bird spirit is on your people's heads. Go that way. They over there. They over there. Go that way. So you got people coming your way. Okay. All right. Next card we're gonna look at talks about past influences. So King of Pentacles, Earth sign, is someone with a lot of Earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel like this is what you've always wanted, Gemini. Somebody who's going to be in your life to the end of time, or a potential life partner. Somebody who just takes love seriously and is not trying to play fucking games. And I feel like you've gotten anything but that in the past, is what Spirit is saying, okay? All right, let's clarify. So look, I want to fold clothes with you. Domestic bliss. This is you and your person. It says there's beauty in the ordinary when it's with the right person. Folding laundry, making coffee, or doing nothing at all. It all feels like home. Like I told you, this person is going to be your reward. You are going to be their reward, right? But you got to I got to bring up the treadmill again. You got to get through that pain, right? If you want the good body, you got to do the painful things, right? Nobody want to get up in the morning and go to the fucking gym. Everybody want to roll over in the bed and just stay there. But if you want your shit to look, I can't fucking look. Now I just talked about the gym. God supersize me. So it says doing too much, excessive, overindulgence. So some of y'all, Spirit is not saying you can't have the candy. Spirit is not saying you can't have the cookies or the cake or whatever it is. Spirit is just saying you're overdoing it, okay? This is not a thing where you can't have it at all, but you need to cut it down. That's what Spirit is telling you with this Supersize Me card. It don't have to be food, but I feel like for some of y'all, that's what it is. Some of y'all may be emotional eaters. Because we going through an ascension now. It's a lot of shit going on. And a lot of us, we have our ways of taking care of ourselves, right? And so I'm saying all of this to say there ain't nothing wrong with that. That you know, you have your thing. I keep telling you, because I'm not judging nobody, because this life is hard, and some days you need that goddamn candy. Some days you need a motherfucking cookie, or you need whatever it is you do. Whatever it is you do. If you need to take a little drink, some days you might need to take a little drink or whatever. I'm not condoning excessive anything, but I'm saying this life ain't easy, okay? And we human. And I would never sit here and try to pretend like, I don't have, everybody got vices. I would never sit here and pretend like I don't have no vices. Everybody do. So I'm saying all of this to say it's okay, but just cut it down, okay? Because for some of y'all, that's what these people want. They want you to be in situations where you ain't taking care of your body, where you're beating up on yourself because of whatever things you're going through, right? So that they can, because they looking for ways to, like for instance, maybe if I can get Gemini and make them get overweight, the new person won't want them. These are the things that the Dusty and Crusty is thinking about you, okay? That's why these cards are coming up and Spirit is saying what they're saying, okay? But like I told you, this person is going to love you as much as you love yourself, the new person. That's why it's important for you to make sure the love affair, the greatest love affair that's going on right now, needs to be the one you having with yourself, okay? All right. Next card we're talking about is the immediate future, right? So we had the Nine of Swords that fell, right? Which talks about worry, but it fell upside down. So I feel like for a lot of you at this moment, you may be worrying, you may be making mountains out of molehills, you could be crying, losing sleep, having nightmares about this situation because it's overwhelming, right? It's overwhelming. You know you finna get these good things and people be saying all day long, "Ooh, I want this, I want this, I want that." And then when it's in your face, it's a different thing. Okay? I told you, it can cause trepidation. It can cause nervousness. It can cause anxiety. It can cause all those things, but it's okay. But I feel like you're gonna get over this because it fell reversed, okay? All right. Ooh, okay. It ain't knocked up, Gemini. It says pregnancy, expecting, mothering, okay? So that's telling me, you know, for a lot of y'all, okay, if you want to have kids with this new person, you can have that. Or some of y'all, it could be that you nervous about becoming a parent for the first time, or becoming a parent with this new person, or whatever. Maybe if you have kids from prior connections, you may be afraid of they want another kid, but be afraid to have kids with this new person because of the experiences you've had with them Dusties and Crusties if you had kids with them. So I trust me, I get it. Okay, once bitten, twice shy. Okay, like I said, it sucks to be in something with somebody where you know you're gonna be connected to that person for the rest of your life because you chose the wrong person, right? But look, you got your chosen family coming in here. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you, right? It says you've created your own definition of family, and this love feels like home in every way that matters. So don't give up, Gemini. Don't let what happened in the past. Don't let that try to dictate what the fuck. Look, oh my God, Gemini, look at the cards. You got two. I ain't never had this happen before. You got two cards talking about expecting. It could be literal. Okay, I feel like for some of you it is literal. It's talking about figuratively as well, like you and this person coming together and birthing certain things into your life, right? Like businesses, this beautiful love with each other, the type of life you're gonna the type of life, life and love you're gonna have together, right? So look, that's so funny. That's so funny. I know somebody gonna come to me and just talk about me. That's talking about me. So you can still live a beautiful life, Gemini, even if your past was filled with nothing but chaos. That's the message from Spirit, okay? I see you, BB. I see you say you in the gym, Jaleesa. Girl, me too, girl. I look, I don't be wanting to get up in the morning, but I got to do what I got to do. So trust me, I know. Yeah, so hold on. Let me see. Okay, so the next card we're going to look at talks about your feelings. So we got the star here. This is the Aquarius energy. My nose is running. Allergies. So we have the star, Aquarius energy. This is talking about, you wanting your wish, right? You wanting to be in this relationship with this person, procreating, creating a family, a beautiful love with this person, whatever. And I feel like, Spirit is just saying, yeah, it's only a matter of time, but you are going to get your wish, okay? All right. Past life love. All right. Let's see what else. And then this other motherfucker, right? The audacity, right? This person is going to try to provoke you, try to make you feel like, the fact that they're going to try to make you feel like you crazy because you don't want nothing to do with their asses no more, right? Because they were the ones that ran, right? This codependent relationship, unhealthy attachment that they had to you, they're going to try to keep that going. But you got to be strong, Aries. Some of y'all got Aries in your chart because I wasn't supposed to say that. I was trying to say Gemini and Aries came out of my mouth. So I'm saying all of this to say you got to watch whoever this old person is because they coming back. I see somebody stirring. They stirring. I see them stirring the fucking cauldron. They stirring up the bullshit. Thank you, BB. I appreciate that super sticker. Thank you. They stirring up some fucking shit, okay? And when they come back, Spirit is telling you, make sure you fucking walk away from these bastards because you got the antithesis of that bullshit waiting on you with this new person, okay? All right. Okay, so let's get the second row here. I hear greetings I bring from Jah, ooh-wee, ooh-ah, ragamuffin, ooh-wee. I heard that song a long time. They bring it up all the old stuff. I used to love that song. What is it? You got the life you love. You got the life you lead. I ain't heard that in so long. Oh, wow. Okay. That was for somebody. Okay, so we got for your person's feelings. They waiting for their ships to come in. You are their ship that they're waiting for. That's what Spirit is telling me. Okay, hold on, let's clarify. Look, see, they coming in with the open heart. Look at there. And that's why I told you you got to open your heart too. Graduation day, it says leveling up, lessons learned, acquired wisdom. So this person, they've done the, or they're currently doing the things that they need to do to graduate, you need to make sure you're doing the things you need to do too. Like I said, love on the baby. Do the things you need to do for yourself. Because as good as you treat yourself, that's as good as this person's going to treat you. And as I told y'all before, it's the way you show up for yourself. So like, that's why in the morning, when I fucking want to go to the gym, I'm like, baby, you ain't get your ass out the bed because we got to go. Because the way that you show up for yourself, when you don't want to show up for yourself, when you having a bad day, when you sick, when you feel like this, when you feel like anything other than showing up for yourself, that is when you really need to show up for yourself, because that is how your person's going to show up for you. So you got to think about that. How do I want other people to show up for me? Do I want somebody to just give up on me? Or do I need to get my ass out the bed and go to the damn gym? Because I want somebody to even when they don't want to get up out the bed, I want them to get up out the bed and be like, well, it's for Gemini, I got to get up. Okay? So if you want that response from your person, you got to give that same type of response to yourself, okay, when it comes to anything, okay? All right, so we got unspoken feelings here. It says you're not imagining the undercurrent. There's an emotional charge here that no one's fully naming yet. So like I told you, it's going to start off, I told you as friends, it's going to start off slow, because I hear again, slow down. I just want to get to know you. So you got to take your time. I told you, speed is not your friend, Gemini. We want to do that. That's the old way of doing things. But you got to ask yourself, go back and look at the past and say, what happened every time I fucking went fast? What happened in my relationships every time I went fast? And then there's your answer, okay? All right. Yeah, okay, so this Dusty and Crusty, they at their fucking boiling point. It could be your person's Dusty and Crusty, because I pull it for their card. So it says the pressure has been building for too long. This situation's one spark away from full-blown combustion. This could be talking about that, but it could also be talking about you and your person, like the passion between the two of you, that like when y'all come together, that's why you gonna be at a distance for a lot of y'all. Because if you were to be in the same room together on a regular basis, or to be in each other's presence every day like that, the relationship will end up going way faster than what spirit is recommending it to. That's why. That's the point, because in these types of relationships, a healthy relationship, you have to have your chance to, deal with your feelings and whatever comes up and stuff like that. And your person has to be able to do that too, because when you running fast, right? You running on empty, because when things happen, you're not allowing yourself to process certain things. You like, oh, I'm in love. I can't look at that. And then it piles up. And then when you finally look at it, the situation is going to be bad, because you've allowed it to get to a certain level instead of nipping it in the bud when it happens. Okay. All right. So next card we're going to look at talks about your needs. So 7 of Wands. Spirit is saying you got to start to set your boundaries, Gemini. You got to start to guard your energy from people, because you got this old Dusty and Crusty trying to come back, right? Wanting to bring some stuff. I keep hearing that song, greetings I bring from Jah. Ooh, I keep hearing it in my head. But you got to hold your ground, right? You got to establish boundaries. No is a complete sentence. You got to draw the line. And you can't be afraid. I keep telling y'all, stop being afraid. Be the bitch. Be the motherfucker. There's nothing wrong with that, because motherfuckers, you can't control what somebody thinks about you. Number one, let's just get that out of the way right now. You can never control what somebody thinks of you. That's why you need to not wear a mask and be who the hell you are. Okay? Because we looking for the people that see you and understand who the fuck you are. Okay? Because if they thinking you a bitch and you a motherfucker, and you know that that's not your intention, then that means they don't fucking understand you, and they don't need to be around you to begin with. They need to be gone. Okay? So that's why I said, let people think whatever they think. You know that saying, what do they say? What somebody's opinion is of you is none of your business. Because it is. It's what they think. Who cares, right? Because this is about us surrounding ourselves with our squad. And our squad is going to understand. Our squad is gonna see who you are. They're going to understand your intentions. They're going to understand those things, right? So you got to know that and not be afraid to be who the hell you need to be. And I hear, don't rock the boat, baby. Don't tip the boat over. But Spirit is telling you, rock it. Tip it the fuck over if it needs to be tipped over. Because some of y'all got to let go of some of these people that you got in your damn energy. Okay? Hold on. See, because you got your key player coming. This is your person, your soulmate, right? So it says an important person playing an essential role, irreplaceable, okay? Okay, so that's what Spirit is wanting you to know about that. You need to guard your energy until the right person comes. Remember, we keep talking about the wall, brick wall, bitch, brick wall, not for this person, okay? And then look, because see, look, envy vibes. You got people that know you coming into beautiful things and they want to block what the fuck you got going on, okay? Straight up. If they could take it from you and it be for them, that's what this person would do. Whether it's your person, your ex's ex person, or whatever. Okay, hold on. I meant ex person on both sides. I'm not talking about the soulmate. Okay. All right. So. But that's what this other person, like I said, they trying to swap destinies with you. They trying to swap destinies with your fucking person. Okay, so that you'll end up coming back to them. They trying to make you believe that, trying to make you think that they're the person you need to be with. That all the shit that's going wrong in your life is going wrong in your life because you were supposed to stay with them. I'm telling you, these are the things that I'm getting. It's crazy. Okay, they watching you under fake profiles. This could be talking about your person watching you as well. But we talking about the Dusty and Crusty, and that's when it came up. So I'm talking about this person first and foremost. See, they want to come back and play these fucking games, play mind games, give you mixed signals, make you second guess yourself, all this bullshit, right? And this is the new person. The new person is ready to lock it down, baby. They say single and ready to mingle, ready for a relationship, on the hunt, but they on the hunt for you, the soulmate, okay? All right, next card talks about, what is this, 8? Their needs. So they want stability with you. They want marriage. They want celebration. They want all the beautiful things with this 4 of Wands. They want you and them to come together and establish a stable relationship, okay? And then, look, they want you to tell these Dusties and Crusties, they want you both to tell these Dusties and Crusties, bye, Felicia, get the fuck on, we done, peacing out. It says, thank you, next, leaving and not caring. That's what your person wants, okay? All right. Yeah, they want both of y'all to burn the bridges, right? Torch them fuckers, make it so that it's a damn card in one of these decks, right? Where it's a bridge, but it's not, the bridge is not burnt. It's like somebody took a fucking shovel or something and dug out all of the damn dirt. They dug out everything, where even if you could get under the damn bridge, you still can't fucking cross because it's a big ass gap. It's this big ass divot in the earth. Because that's how Spirit is showing me that they want you to make it difficult for these people to come back into your life. Okay. All right. That is so funny. Spirit is like, dig it out. Dig it out. Don't do it. See, look, there they go on the bottom of the damn deck. I'd like to know it. You got the notion. Okay, soulmate, soulmate bond. It says, when you know, you just know. This soulmate connection is deep and real. It's that no explanation needed kind of love. Like I said, you and this person gonna just look at each other, and there's just gonna be understanding. One gonna be talking, the other one gonna finish each other's sentences. You gonna be across the room, and you can just see each other and just be speaking without no fucking words. It's gonna be that type of thing. Okay. All right, the next thing we're going to look at is your shared path. So we got the King of Wands here, but it is reversed. Let me see why this is showing. Is it supposed to be like this, Spirit? Or is it supposed to be like this? Okay, it's supposed to be upright. It fell reversed, but it's supposed to be upright. Spirit is saying that you are coming into this connection with this person, a lot of passion. You and this person are going to be each other's protectors, Gemini. That's what Spirit is saying with this card, okay? Hold on. Yeah, oh, Gemini. It says heart to heart. It says deep conversations, intimate discussions, blunt and honest. Okay, you're gonna be having a lot of, I told you, meeting of the minds. It's gonna be up your alley. You're gonna be like, yes, I get to talk, get to talk to my person. And look, and they're gonna be your trusted friends. See there? You're my best friend. So it says there's no mask here, just a rare kind of connection where someone can be 100% real. Okay. The last one we're going to talk about is the potential outcome. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles, right? This love is going to change your life. This love is from Mary. I can't remember the rest of the words, but that's what Spirit is giving me. So this is going to be a love. You see how this person look at the person in this thing here, right? How they like because the thing is coming. It's going, whatever way your life used to be, it will never be the same once this new person comes into your life. That's what I feel like Spirit is saying with this. It's going to be something long-term, stable, committed, and it has the potential to stand the test of time, is what Spirit is saying. Okay? All right. No more silent treatment for those of you where, you know, you were in connections where people did that to you, because that's abuse. That's abuse. Anybody doing shit like that to you is abuse, right? Everybody get angry. They have they time. That's fine, but you need to go off and cool off and then come back and communicate. We are adults. No abuse, because if you really truly love somebody, you don't need to be doing that, right? So we also have sober life showing up here. So you and this person are gonna level each other up. So if you supersizing or you drinking or you're taking a toke, whatever it is, I feel like you and this person are going to inspire each other to live a cleaner life, right? Not to say, like I told you, I'm not judging nothing. This life ain't for the fucking weak, right? We know that. But you and this person are going to have healthier habits. That's what I feel like. There's a card in this deck. Hold on, they showing me. I told you I'm getting to the point where I don't need the cards no more. They're showing me cards from the deck, and I don't have to. I do it for y'all, but I know what they're talking about. This is what they're showing me in my head. Healthy habits, right? So it says your shared commitment to a healthier life amplifies your connection. This is an upgrade for the body, mind, and spirit, right? Then we got make a move. So Spirit is telling you, you got to be ready to make a move when your person makes a move. You ain't got to, I told you, ain't got to word vomit all your feelings to your person, but let them know that you're interested too. Look, with the peephole. Let them know that you're interested as well. Don't have them out there hanging in the wind and they trying to tell you they love you or they want to be with you or whatever they gonna tell you, and you don't let them know you interested too, Gemini. It's okay. It's okay. Okay? Long as it ain't the damn dust encrusted, we good. All right? All right, let's get these other cards. Let's see what else Spirit wants to say. I ain't even know I was gonna be up on here with y'all this long. I never know what's gonna happen when I cut on the camera. Okay. Okay, we got needs rescuing. All right, so it says, Gemini, you are waiting for love to save you, but you must stop waiting and start looking. So this is about you. Just when your person comes, you just got to listen to your intuition. You know, ask yourself the hard questions. Take your time to get to know this person. Watch how they move on a regular basis over a long period of time, not no few days or just a few weeks. We need some months. We need somebody to see how somebody, if they gonna be able to hang out, if they're gonna be able to be here for the long term. That's the things we're looking for, okay? And the way they treat you, okay? Because you need to know how y'all handle conflict, how they act when they upset, what's going on. Because it's easy to be nice when it's a good day, right? When you're having a good day and everything is going right. But a person's true character will come out when some bad shit happen, okay? Then we got mixed signals. It says you don't let others know you're interested. Flirt and be approachable, okay? With the one, like I said, the ones, and there's nothing wrong if you let somebody know you feel a certain way. That's not saying you want to marry them. That's not saying you stepping into a serious relationship with them. You just out here exploring, trying to see what's going on. Because I'm telling you, there's going to be people that come into your life that are just going to be tests. That's why you got to take your time and use your discernment, okay? Then we got losing yourself, Gemini. It says you feel lost. You feel lost in your partner. It's okay to be yourself and have your own life too, okay? So a lot of y'all may have lost yourselves with these old people because you were trying to give to them and trying to get them to show up a certain way for you and all these things. You're not gonna have to do that with this new person, right? They go, like I told you, you're gonna get just as good as you give. And so you gotta have, that's why the self-love and the relationship you have with yourself is more, is very important. Like the things you do throughout your day, you got to keep your same schedules. You got to continue to love on yourself. You got to do the things you need to do. But I'm saying you still have to make time for your person, but you're not supposed to. Some people get into a relationship. We all have been We've all been guilty of this. We get into a relationship, we have our whole thriving life, right? Life happening, right? Then a new person comes in, and then we just throw away all our shit and want to be there with that person. And I get it, I understand. No shame, because we've all done it. But you have to understand, you cannot make somebody else your whole world. You have to be your own whole world. And I told you, you are the sundae, and they are the whipped cream or the cherry on top. You are everything else, the banana, the ice cream, you know, whatever, the chocolate sauce, whatever. You all of the rest of it. You are the main character. And the minute you take your eyes off of yourself, that's when you're going to start to get lost. That's when shit's going to start to hit the fan. That's when things are going to start to go down the drain. You have to remember that, okay? All right, let's get some messages from your person. You say you claiming it, Jaleesa? Yeah, I like it. It's a nice reading. This love. I got to look them words up so I can sing the rest of it. Instead of just that. Hold on. Oh. Okay, your person says, whenever I see flowers, I think of you. Then we have, oh, I'm in love with you. It don't get no better than that, right? I daydream of our future together. Okay, we have, I'm always with you in spirit. Okay. We are forever soul and heart connected. Okay. And then, oh, they're the Dusty and Crusty. They wish they would have treated you better. Lies. 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 Because where they been all this time, right? Where they been all this time? Fucking and fucking and sucking and whatever it is they do. Look, if you ain't 18 or older, you need to get out of here, because I don't know what's gonna come out of my mouth. So we got open your heart here, right? I hear love is the highest energy of all. Let it in, okay? And then we have you are worthy. It says your worth doesn't depend on the other person. What I've been telling you, right? The whole reading. Let go of the past. Look at it. Look at this person. How they up in her face. That's how I feel like the Dusties and Crusties gonna be on you and your person, and you just like, get the fuck out of my face, dude. It's done. You did what you did. It says clear energy to allow more love in your life. So you got to completely let go of the past so you can open yourself up to this new future lover. Okay. All right, Gemini, that was your message. Don't forget to like the video, hype the video, like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, link in the description box below. Please have a good day, a good rest of your week, and I will talk to y'all soon. Love y'all, twins. Stay, what is it? Keep your head up and take care of yourself, okay? All right, love y'all. Bye. Oh, if you want to do, I'm going to do Libra after this. I don't know if it's going to give you a notification or not. If you got Libra placements, I'm about to do it after this. Okay, bye.